And boom. So today we're going to be looking at vision, ladies and gents, vision, and why vision is so important. And what we're going to be doing today is creating our story, our vision communication story. Now, I think in order for a vision to come alive, you got to speak it. You got to be confident in when you say it. And, you know, if a vision is going to be, is going to be important to you, you want to say it as often as possible. It needs to be rolling off your tongue. You need to be, you know, very, very confident and bold about what you're saying. So last week we spoke about, and feel free to type in the chat box for me, but last week we spoke in depth around our schedule and how we're going to, you know, really specify what we're going to do, when we're going to do it, to make sure that we execute those IPAs, income producing activities, or the activity that's going to produce us the outcomes that we want. So it's either income producing activity or outcome producing activity. So we spoke about weight loss, we spoke about relationship goals, we also spoke about income goals, and we really tied down exactly what we were going to do. Now, ultimately, everything in your schedule, income producing or outcome producing, should participate, contribute towards your overall vision. Okay. Very, very important. And I'm going to give you an example, and then I'm going to give you some questions that you really want to answer yourself in order to get to your vision communication story. And then what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get a few people to volunteer and to share their own. Feel free to turn your cameras on if you're able to. That would be smashing. All right. So very, very important to have your vision. So let me go ahead and just pull out my notes so I give you the important messages of the day. Okay. So we all know that a man without a plan or a man without a vision will perish. Okay. So it's very, very important to make sure that we have a vision. Now, research shows, guys, that human beings, okay, when they feel like they're contributing to a bigger picture, a bigger mission, their influence goes above and beyond what they would normally do, okay? That's something that, you know, most people want to be a part of something. They want to be a part of a bigger thing. So if you are currently, running a business, you're currently in sales, you're running a team, you're a manager or a leader, you want to make sure that the people that follow you and the people that are around you are moving towards one vision, one goal, and everyone is striving towards that. Now, when it comes to a vision, leaders play a critical part in visions, right? If there's no vision within the team, within the, the community, or, whatever it is that you have, that usually stems with the leader. So it's very important that you have, a consistent approach to your vision. Now, for those people inside, one of the communities that I'm a part of, which is Envision You, where we are looking at 25 diamonds inside our community. Every single person knows that that is the goal. We're all contributing towards that goal. Now, regardless whether one person does a little bit, another person does a little bit, everyone knows that that is the goal of the, of the group. I also am part of another group, which is to inspire young people. And we all know that we want to be able to help X amount of young people come off of the streets, right? And so everything that we do collectively is for that. We also have different communities. So whatever community that you are indeed a part of, or, whatever it is that you are currently leading or a part of, you really want to make sure that there is a collective vision that every single person is running towards, okay? All leaders should have a way of communicating that vision, and that's what I'm going to teach you today, which is a vision communication story. Very, very important to have this story, okay? And to be effective, it shouldn't just be one person or two people that know it. Everyone should know this vision, okay? Successful leaders also understand that when they build this vision with their people, it's important to have everyone playing a part in that vision, okay? Visions are also very, very effective when they're connected to something that drives you, to a motivator, okay? Something that motivates you, if it's connected to that, is very important. We spoke about motivation as well last week, and we're going to we will do an in-depth training on motivation as well, so that we really understand how important it is, to be self-motivated. But I remember, was it last week that I taught you about internal motivators and external motivators? Did we talk about that last week, right? Where you have your internal motivator, that's something that is, going to motivate you about your morals or your your family dreams and goals. And external is something like an incentive or a challenge, right? So your vision must be in alignment with your motivators as well. Very, very important. Okay. And I mean, you guys could actually name, okay, in history, so many powerful leaders that all had a vision. Okay, let's see this. Who said, I have a dream? Okay, I have a dream. That was a big, big vision. Okay, I have a dream that one day, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, vision. All right, Nelson Mandela had a vision. All right, all these top leaders that you can think of, even Hitler had a vision, guys. Every leader, whether they're good or bad or indifferent, they all have a vision. All the powerful leaders of the world have a vision. And yes, that indeed was Martin Luther King who said, I have a dream. Think about all the leaders that you know about. In fact, I want you to type in the chat right now. Think about a leader, not one that I've said, but somebody who you think is a good leader. It could be, in politics, it could be in business, it could be anywhere. One person who you think is a good leader, manager, powerful person. I want you to have them in your mind. And then when you have them in your mind, I want you to write out in the chat right now, what is it that makes that individual a good leader? What's it that makes that individual a powerful leader? List out the traits. Let's have some interaction in the chat on what it is that makes that individual a good leader. And I can see I can see Ali, Obama. What are the traits, Marcus Garvey? What are the traits of all these people? Okay, what are the things that you say? They change history, they communicate, their commitment to excellence, they serve, they have humility, they're target driven. All right, what else have we got here? All right, what are the traits of these powerful leaders? What are the things that they have in common? They're servant leaders. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What do leaders possess? They understood individuals, they motivate, they connect, they have a vision, integrity, they influence the masses, they get others to see the vision, integrity again, love for people, empathetic. They're great at putting the people first and communicating. So we're listing all these things that great leaders have, and I see a lot around vision. They're visionaries, they're consistent. Now think about yourself as a leader. Think about yourself in your workplace, in your business place, in your home. What are some of the traits that you possess? What are the things that you think you can do better at? Do your children know the goal, the vision of your household for the year? Have you sat them down and said, this is where we're going? Does your team or your team at work or whatever, does everyone know what the vision is? Is everyone in alignment? Does everyone know the part that they play? One of the things I sat down with my children, I told them the vision of the household. I told them what I also told them the power of us actually achieving the vision. What is in it for them? WIIM, what's in it for me, right? WIIFM, powerful thing you can do. You always want to tell people what's in it for them, what's going to happen on the back of that vision being completed, and how everyone plays a part in that. So I sat my children down, I said, when mommy's on Zoom calls, okay, the part you play is making sure you're nice and quiet. You don't disturb mommy, right? Everyone plays a part, because if you don't do that, then mommy's not gonna be able to serve, and then we won't hit the vision, right? Every single person plays a part in the vision, no matter how big, no matter how small, everyone plays a part in that vision. Now, vision should motivate and inspire people to stretch and increase their performance. So when I share the vision with my kids, it gets them on, it gets them to do even harder to have their best behavior. A vision should make people push that little bit more. A vision should be something that makes you go that extra mile. It brings in, it just gives you an extra drive, right? Now, something I call EVE, engagement, vision, execution, okay? Engagement, vision, execution. So when you're delivering the vision, you want to make sure you have engagement first, then you drop the vision, and then you say how we're all going to execute this vision, right? Very, very important. You don't just say the vision and that's it. You want to make sure you have the engagement, okay? You got to make sure people are focused on the right, vision and executing the right behavior. So it's important that before I tell my kids the vision of the household, we're all sitting down. I'm gonna motivate them. I'm gonna let them know that, listen, when we hit the vision that I'm about to tell you guys, we are going Disney World. I'm engaging you. I'm giving you a reason why we're gonna hit this. When we hit this, do you know how many children we're gonna be able to help? Do you know how many young people we're gonna be able to help when we hit this vision? Okay, what's the vision? This is the vision. And this is how we're going to execute this vision, right? Now, the reason why we want to say how we're going to execute it is because if people don't feel like they're going to be held accountable, then the vision may not be taken seriously. So it's very important that everyone who's in alignment with the vision is actually given a way to, participate towards the vision and then held accountable for it. Okay, very, very important. So we have to make sure we communicate that vision properly, and that's the responsibility of the leader, the person. If you are a leader, manager, you're running your household, is very, very important. You can't leave it down to the kids to create the vision. You have to create the vision, right? Very, very important. Now, there's layers to the vision, which I'm going to teach you guys how we're going to layer the vision so everybody knows, exactly how they're going to do it. I'm going to break that down in a minute, all right? And then also what you want to know is that there's different levels to the vision. So you would have, so for the workplace, for example, wherever you work, you'd have a corporate vision, which is the big vision. That normally cannot be done by one department, one person, one side of the business. That's normally like the collective. That's the whole thing. So for example, when I was in the bank, the vision was for the bank to repay the debt. My department alone could not do that, right? So sometimes the big vision could be a little bit scary for individuals. So what we have to do is we have to break it down to a local vision. So you have the corporate vision, and then you have a local vision, right? Now, the local vision is what most people can understand, right? So the corporate vision, for example, for the company that we're in is 500 diamonds, but we've taken 25 of that to say we're going to do 25. That's our local vision. But everybody should still know the overall vision, right? So I can't just tell my kids, your role is to be quiet when I'm on Zoom calls and make sure you keep your room tidy so mommy doesn't have to do it. They have to know the overall vision is for us to go 100,000 a month. Right? So they still know the vision. They themselves can't hit the 100,000 a month, but what they can do is I can tell them the localized vision so they understand what their part to play in. Put 777 if that makes sense, right? And then you've got 3 parts to the vision itself, right? So you create the vision. That's the first part. Second part is you need to communicate the vision. And then the third part is you reinforce the vision. Very important. The worst thing you can do is create a vision and then not talk about it. Or you create the vision, you say it a few times. How many of you have ever been around like a team or something where you had a vision and then you're like, what happened to that? We ain't heard about that for a while. Like that just disappeared into thin air. Nobody talking about that anymore. The worst thing you can do is let it die. So you have to keep reinforcing it. For me, every conversation I'm having in business, I'm making it clear, 25 diamond, 25 diamond, 25 diamond. And whatever your vision is, you keep reinforcing it over and over and over again. So everybody knows the bigger vision. Now, you want to make sure, okay, very, very important that you don't overemphasize your local vision to the point where people don't know the bigger vision. That's important. Okay, so it's very important that everyone understands the different layers of the vision. Okay. Okay, so all right, let me give you the 5 steps to creating a vision story first, and then we'll do our little quiz as well. So the first thing we want to do when you're talking about a vision is you want to state what you're talking about first of all. So we'll do business first because it's easier to do a business. In their business, you want to state what industry you're in and why it's great to be a part of that industry, right? Very, very important first. So why it is great to be in the industry that you're in. So if I was going to be doing it from family, we'll do a different one, but it'd be why it's great to be a part of our family, you know, our last name and all that. But for business, why it's great to be in the industry, right? Then you want to talk about your specific business. So you have the industry, and then you have why it's great to be a part of what you're specifically doing. Then once you've said what you're specifically doing, then why it's great to be working with you and your team and the people that you have around you. And then you want to state your this is number 4, state your personal vision and your commitment, okay? And then number 5 is what is going to be the outcome? What does that mean for, you know, your community, the people that you serve, you know, the people around the world, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to say that again. Number 1 is your industry, why it's great to be in your industry. Number 2, why it's great to be a part of the specific business that you're in. Number 3, why it's great to be in your team or around the people that you're around. Number 4, the actual vision itself and your commitment. And number 5 is the payoff. What is going to happen on the back of it? So let me just give you, you know, an example for my vision communication story, right? Now you want to start to write it down so that it becomes more natural, so it comes off your tongue. I'm just going to ad-lib it, and we'll, you know, carry on as you go. Okay. So number 1, why is it great to be in the industry? So I'm in a few different industries, health and wealth industry. So we're going to stick with that health and wealth industry. I'm also in the network marketing industry. Okay, so I'm going to say right now that I'm a part of 2 industries that's absolutely incredible to be a part of. Number 1, health and wealth is so important. And I think it is vital that we understand, you know, mental health, physical health is a real big deal. And the network marketing industry is an amazing industry because I get to meet like-minded people, powerful people. I get to be around, you know, real focused and, you know, ambitious people, right? So I'm stating the industry that I'm in and why it's great to be a part of this industry. Okay. Second thing is why it's great to be a part of what I'm a part of, right? So I'm a part of, you know, an opportunity that allows me to really provide services that will enable people to be more healthy and also as well earn additional income stream and be wealthy as well. But one of the things that I love about the industry that I'm in is it frees up time, especially for people like me, that's a mom that has children. Is a great business to be in because you can actually do it from home and through the comfort of your smartphone. Right now, why is it great to be in my team and be around me? Well, you know, it's a powerful team that we've created. You know, the mentorship that we have here is personalized. People have fun. We make money. We have, you know, the best of the best mentorship around the world, like John C. Maxwell, blah, 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 blah. And it's, you know, it's really good when we connect, we have fun, we travel the world together. And, you know, we're seeing testimonies of people's lives that's transformed. Number 4, my personal vision. My personal mission is to help this year 25 individuals to be able to create 40,000 a month income, 20 to 40,000 a month. And my commitment for this is because I know the power of, you know, having a good income stream. I know the power of being able to serve individuals and having the freedom and a vehicle that means that you don't have to wait for the baby daddy to pay the child support. You don't have to worry about, you know, basic necessities, but you can actually go out there and serve. And number 5 is the payoff is this. When we help people, we have a process and we have a commitment that when we help each other, it's going to be passed down the line, that there's going to be people that's helping people. We're going to be changing the world. We're going to hear, you know, testimonies of people that were previously struggling, people that had mental health issues that are coming out, people that are, you know, usually people at the back that are now sitting forward, that now are able to transform their lives and now being able to be the best version of themselves. Not only that, you know, these days, the economy is, you know, struggling. There are people out there that, you know, are finding it hard to get a job, need an extra income, but don't have enough time to be able to get a second job. And this is going to provide a solution, not just for the people that we serve, but for generations to come. I believe that there's going to be children that's going to be learning about financial literacy, that's going to be able to make decisions that probably their parents weren't able to make. And so this vision is not just about one person, it's about a collective of us all moving together in one accord to be able to impact the world. And I'm looking for people, like-minded people, that want to be a part of this vision as well. right? So there's 5 parts of it. Put 777 if that makes sense. And now here's what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to fit this into, natural conversation. You want to be able to transfer that into, a real smooth story. It doesn't all have to be said at once when you're talking, but you want to know the points. You want to be able to have and articulate yourself in a way that's going to help you to conversate with the people that it is that you're looking for. A vision is for people to be attracted to it, to join that vision and to go ahead with you. You're selling your vision. That's what you're doing. Okay. That's what you're doing. So I'm going to give you an example. All right. I'm going to give you an example. Who wants to play a little role play with me? Okay. We're going to do a little role play. I'm going to be casting my vision. We're just going to be having a general chat. Let's see who I've got here. Charmaine, Marsha. Let's see if I can pull up Marsha. I see Marsha there. Let's see if we can change the view. Hey, Marsh.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening, girl. Good evening, family. Let's see if I can spotlight you as well. Boom. There we have it. Boom. So, all right. So, Marsha, you are, for example, I don't know, you're yourself. You're a mom, 6 children, running your own business. And we haven't spoken in a long time. So we're just catching up. All right. So I don't know, we've just bumped into each other. Hey, Marsh, what's going on? What's happening?
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you for so long. How have you been, Nikki?
Girl, I've been busy, but before we get into all of that, you're looking good, girl. Your skin is looking good. You listen, you must be having like, so you listen, you must have a man or something, Carl. The last time I saw you, girl, yes, you're looking up, girl. What's been happening for you?
Oh, thank you, Nikki. I've just been looking after myself. I've just been exercising and drinking my water. That's all. Nothing major.
Yes. And your business, you're doing your bridal stuff. Are you still doing that? Are you still?
Yeah, business is going good. You know, I've just moved. I've come down to London to increase the brand, you know, get more brand recognition or awareness of my business. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Nice. That sounds powerful. I must definitely hit you up and come and have a look at what you're doing. And you're drinking water. You drinking more water? What brought that on? Like what? What brought that on? Are you in your health now?
I had a health coach and he told me that I'm supposed to be drinking minimum 2.5 liters to 3 liters of water a day. So the biggest organ of our body is actually the skin. So you have to drink water. Also, I got told we are about 75% water, our body. So you have to be hydrated. And that's what I'm doing, Queen.
You know what? That is so funny you say that because I've literally just gone into the health industry, girl. Like, that's how long we haven't seen, because you know me already. I'm all about my money, but I've recently got into the health industry. And, you know, this industry is really amazing. Like, of course, like our health is so important. And I'm just figuring out so much in regards to making sure that we're healthy. And I think, you know, a lot of people don't have the knowledge in what you just said. Like some people don't even know that drinking water can actually help with life expectancy, is good for your skin. And I'm really, really passionate about, you know, health now. It's really opened up my eyes. Like this industry is, you know, is a really great industry to be a part of. And, you know, I've recently started my own health and wellness company. That's how much I'm like, yo, this is insane. So you have to check it out because, you know, being a part of a health and wellness company, I'll tell you this right now, you're so self-conscious of your health. You really want to make sure that your health is in the right place. Like, but not just physical, girl, I'm talking mental health as well. Like, you know, making sure your mind is right, like stress, especially with like, how did you cope with, you know, the COVID season and stuff like that? Because a lot of people went through a lot of mental situations. Like, that was crazy.
Well, I'm telling you, the COVID pandemic, scandemic, whatever you want to call it, pandemic, it was tough. I think the word for me was pivot, because I was doing my proms, I was doing my weddings, and the date for me was the 23rd of March. My business just shut down. I had mums crying, proms are no longer happening. What's going to happen to the orders? And I'm sitting there thinking, how am I going to pay my bills? That's what I was thinking. And I had to learn to pivot, Nikki. So it's been tough. And kind of looking right now for an opportunity, like, you know, how to get back on the right road, basically.
And did you have a team? Like, did you have a team? Are you around like other people, like entrepreneurs, or was it just you and your business like by yourself? Or do you have like
I'm at in the pandemic, it was literally, I had a few assistants, and it was like 3-4 of us. And my daughters also pulled in. They ended up helping me in my production. We went from making prom dresses to face masks, head wraps. This is actually a true story, guys, by the way.
It's supposed to be. It's real play.
Yeah, so I literally went from that, but we didn't have a team as such. I didn't have like 6-7 people. It was just a handful of people I could reach out to. But it became
how are they? Are they
personal.
okay? Are they okay? Are they gone back to? Are they still working with you, or what's happening?
My assistants are still working with me, but the other people, they've just gone into other fields. They've done their best to find something that suits them. But I know that they're struggling, so it would be good to kind of find out how they're getting on. We all kind of went our own ways after the pandemic.
It'll be so good to. It sounds like you guys, went through a tough season, but it sounds like you're like strong people. And one of the things I found that really helped me with like during that time was the network that I'm a part of. And it's a powerful network, like-minded people. I actually love the people that I'm around. Like everyone's just bossed up, like really focused, encouraging as well, provide solutions, help. And you know what the power of a network is everyone in there is supporting each other. And I think it will be great to like maybe link up with you and maybe some of the girls, you could grab them together. We could have another conversation, see how we could. But I think you definitely fit as part of, the community that we have. The network that we have is powerful. Now, let me tell you this, girl, because I got a vision, right? Now, my vision for what we have right now, like at the moment, we have a couple of thousand people, but my vision is like, we're going to have especially powerful women walking down, walking down onto the stage, white suits, red bottom shoes, collecting our awards for our health goals, money goals, all of that type of thing. So what I've been doing is literally saying, hey, if we can get a bunch of people together who believe in the vision, who say, hey, look, we want to get healthy together, we want to make that money together. Like, I don't know if I told you, but my baby father left me as well. And so I had a whole situation going on there. And I had to get my money together because it was tough. And my vision is to make sure that nobody goes through a season where they don't have money and where they have to subject themselves to, any type of situations that is just not suitable for them. And so really provide like real tangible solutions, but at the same time have a sisterhood, going on where we can just provide value, love on each other, make some money together and get healthy together. And hold each other accountable. And I think that's going to be a big game changer in the world. We're going to like teach our children the same thing. I've been, looking at a bunch of courses as well, where we can really just, really educate our kids and make sure that we're in the right frame of mind for this. And that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. And I'm looking for people that really want to just, provide value, but also, be a part of a bigger vision. So talk to me, girl. What are you saying? You want to have a deeper conversation? Do you want me to hook up?
Definitely. Even when you're talking, Nathan, I was like, I was grateful. In fact, in the pandemic, I was blessed. My business increased when we pivoted into the face mask and stuff. But it also made me realize, like, I don't want to be in a situation again where I'm working and then something happens out globally and it shuts down my business. That I start panicking. We literally went online to find out, okay, can I get Pampers from Amazon? And what was the price? And I remember going on there the first week and thinking, my Lord, £40 per pack of Pampers. This is not sustainable. And this was actually like in 2020. So I definitely need to connect with you now. I love the idea of you talking about white suits, could be solo flare white suits there with red bottoms.
You can make them, yes. Come on, yes, girl.
I'm liking the idea of that. And also having, you mentioned like, your team, 1,000+ people, but obviously the globe, it sounds like a bigger vision than 1,000 people. I didn't have many people around me, so I really want to you know, connect with more like-minded people. I'm a businesswoman, I'm a mum, and I do need to make sure that, you know, after my husband dying, I need to leave a legacy, Nikki, for my children. Bottom line, my girls know, and my little boy, I have to ensure I leave something for them before I leave this earth. I need to make sure finances are set, you know. It's not about material things, but I want to make sure that I've empowered them and their minds. I want them to have the best of the best. And we're not going through this. If the pandemic happened again, we're fully prepared.
Yes.
Like soldiers in the army, from head to foot, we've got everything covered. And that's what I'm looking for. And I feel is when you're talking, I'm like, yeah, I could be that soldier that could literally join with you, Queen, and say, come, let's do this.
Yeah, man, that's
just
what
tell
we
me more.
need.
Let me get my girls together and, like, you know,
Yes, I think that's what we need. We need more powerful women connecting. I think too many times we're, you know, hating on each other and being competition. We actually need to just collaborate and get to work. And, you know, just listening to your story, like, have you ever spoken on stage? Because that's another thing that girl, you need to be on one of our stages, girl. Yes. Like, you need to be on one of our stages. Like, your story needs to be heard. Like, sorry, you know, I didn't know your, your husband had passed away. Sorry to hear about that. And I think how many more women have had that situation happen to them where they need to hear your story and need to understand, like, how you still stand there, mom of 6, still pushing through business, children. Like, your story needs to be heard. But here's the thing. We have to get the platform. We got to create the platform. We got to create the results so that you get that platform to stand on stage, because I believe your story needs to be heard. So here's what I'll do. And we've been chopping it out. We can chat for ages, but here's what I'll do is I'm going to have a conversation with a few people in my network, see if I can pull you in. And then maybe we set up a Zoom. I'll share some of the information that we're doing, and then we can talk about it after that. But make sure you show up though, because I'm gonna get you in, girl. And we can, you know, we can have that conversation after, yeah?
Yeah, most definitely. I'll show up. Just give me the time, the place, and I'm there.
You go get the girls together, and then I'll let you know a couple of dates, and then we'll make it happen. Right?
Excellent.
Nice catching up with you again, Marsh, after all these years. Yeah, we'll speak soon.
Make sure you give me a number now.
We're on the phone. Oh, yeah, we're face to face. Guys, give it up for Marsha. Wasn't she amazing? Right? That was real play. That was real play, because that was all true, right? It was no fake. It was all true. I was being authentic, likewise she was, but I was also sharing the vision, right? So let me just see if I can. All right, guys, what did you notice? Give us something. What did you notice about that conversation? Because a lot of us have this interpretation that sales has to be like a salesman on the door knocking, saying, do you want to buy some double glazing? I sold to her just now, but it was a natural conversation. I was listening to her, and I was telling her the vision, right? Let's see if we can get some people to unmute themselves. Raise your hand and let's hear, raise your hand and let's hear your feedback. All right, so I've got Beryl. Let me unmute, and then we'll go Panama next. Or Panama?
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, girl.
Hey, the first thing you did was you plugged your vision directly to where Marsh was. It wasn't about where she could be or what you want or anything. It was about, oh, this is where you are. Well, let me hook you up with this, because this can help you get to where you need to be. And so you're actually inviting her to be a part of something bigger, like you've said before, but equally to be a solution to her own problem at that point.
Boom. Excellent. Love that. Love that. Thank you. Sharon?
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Hey.
Love that role play. It was very natural. I think what you did also was to get her to resonate with you as well as you resonate with her situation. And it was just an understanding, not so much a sales or forceful conversation. Very in tune with her life and her situation, made her feel comfortable, and just relating it to the current times and everything that's going on. So she was able to feel as though you were genuine towards her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Love that. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Andrea.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Sorry, I'm
Hey.
to the phone, but I love the role play, and you was just genuine with her. You're actually telling her the opportunity that was available and that you were there to help and support her. Yes, that you would actually help her to build whatever she needed to build at that time. And it's caring, it's showing that you cared and you wanted to support and help her.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that, Ange. Anybody else? Did you catch anything else in that whole conversation? Let's see. How many times did I compliment her? I
was about to say that.
Gary, go for it.
Yeah, the compliments, really, really nice at the beginning. Marsha, I've got to be honest, did not return the compliment. I'm telling you as it is. But yeah, you complimented her really well. I was waiting. I'm like, come on, Marsha, you know, Nikki's really complimenting you. You're going to return the favor. You know? But it's really about having the skills with people, you know, because everyone's different. Everyone's got different businesses. Everyone's got different ideas, visions. Even within the vision that, you know, we may have. I've got a gentleman on the call that I've known for 25 years, has got a big vision, film, etc. I'm sure he won't mind me saying, because he's publicly out there looking to build his brand. And that's one of the reasons why I invited him on the call today. I said, I'm not here to sell you anything. He said, come on, Gary, I knew you said that. I said, no, I just want you to come on and meet my mentor, because you're helping so many people, you know, just because you're pouring back and giving. So yeah, it was great. It was organic. It was natural. And at the end of it, everybody felt like it was a win-win for both, for you and for Marsha. That was the main thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's the key thing for me. Thank you for that, Gary. Because I don't sell to anybody. I simply am a friend. And if I hear that there's something that's in alignment with my vision, if somebody's not in alignment with my vision, I don't open that door. I don't open that door. So the 5 steps is actually a way of proofing that person to see if they fit in alignment with your vision. Do you see what I'm saying? It shouldn't feel like you're forcing somebody. I'm having a conversation. If she wants it, she wants it. If she doesn't, she doesn't. I do not. And this is where we've got to get our mind away from the paradigms of what we think selling actually is, because you have to sell every day. Mothers, you're selling your children to eat their dinner every day. You're selling them to do their homework every day. You're selling every single day. I sell my husband every day to put his dirty clothes in the basket and not on the floor. Every single day, we are selling some idea or concept to somebody because we influence. And I'm not going to go into that. We did the whole influencing training a couple of weeks ago, right? So it's very important to be authentic. One of the worst things I see out there is people doing copy and paste messages, spamming people's like inbox and stuff like that. It's awful. If you want to have a real powerful business or outcome, you want to have an authentic vision, right? We're going to do one more, and then we're going to end in we'll see if we can get anybody else, but we're going to do one more. Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to volunteer? Esther, I see you, Esther. Let's see if I can get you up.
Yes, one of the things I noticed was the interaction between you two, which was very genuine, very naturally, and you were really listening very careful to what Masha was saying, which is a key. Yes, so before you speak, you allow her to speak. And then you pick on on his interest and how he lands out with you. And also I noticed you encouraging her. And then you got your vision in alignment with her vision, which is the business side. And then you put a kind of, you complimented her a lot as well. So, and basically, sorry, and the conversation was very, very genuine. You know, as you say, no copy and paste. Basically, you both, because in that case, you both went just with the flow. One thing linked to another. So I think the communication in here was very, very clear for each other, and very encouraging as well. So I really love this kind of conversation. And I think this is one of the things that we need to do with each other, as you said, something without competing, you know, but basically was more complementing each other. Yes, because we're here to complement, especially as women, not to compete, so that we can do great things. Yes, I love it. I love it, indeed.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you, Esther. And I think you're absolutely right. You know, people should, you know, leave the conversation feeling better than they did before they got on. And the worst thing, one of the other worst things I see is you're having a conversation with someone and you know their agenda is all that's in their mind. So they're not listening to you. They just want you to hurry up and be quiet so they can say what they called you for. And you've got to be very, very careful, because people can smell rats. Like if you're not genuine, if you don't genuinely care for people and genuinely want to help people, people will smell that. And that's why your vision has to be key. So if your vision is to empower the lives of 100,000 people or 1 million people or whatever, that doesn't have to be via the business that you sell to them. That could just be by a word that you give them. I'm very, very, you know, confident that God aligns me with people for a purpose. And regardless whether they buy from me or whether I'm there to give them a word, I know that they're going to be better off after they've had an interaction with me, not worse. That's all I want. The sale after, or us doing business, that's a, you know, that's a bonus. But I want people to finish speaking with me and feel better than they did before the conversation. Does that make sense? Cool. All right, who wants to do the next real play? We'll do one more, but somebody who is completely different to obviously Marsha's situation, so we could do it from a different angle. Don't all volunteer at once. Okay, Denisha, I saw your hand up there. Let's see if I can unmute you.
Hello. Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Denisha. Hello,
How are
honey.
you?
Amazing,
Hello.
amazing. So we're going to chop it up. We've just bumped into each other. I've never met you because we are in different countries, and now we're finally meeting for the first time. Okay. And you are you. So don't make it up. Just be you. This is real play. This isn't role play. This is real. All right. So, hey, Tanisha, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you. How are you? How are you?
I am amazing. I have been changing a lot over the last, actually since the year began.
Yes.
How have you been?
I'm great. You know, I'm really, really great and grateful. You know, a lot of people didn't make it this year, so I'm in a place of real gratitude. I think, of course, we all have big goals and we all have dreams, but I'm in a place right now where I'm accepting and understanding that I've got to be in the moment as well. And I'm just really, really grateful for life, like really grateful for life. What about you? What's changed? What's been happening for you?
Oh my gosh, what hasn't changed? For me, everything has changed this year. I recently got back into doing my music, which I hadn't been doing for a very, very long time. I put it on the back burner. So there were so many other things that I had to do. But music is the language I speak, so it was nice to get back to it. And I have been growing a lot when it comes to making sure I stay busy, to avoid getting into a place where I am so focused on what I feel that I'm not being productive.
Wow. Wow, that's a special mindset, because not everybody thinks like that. Not everybody thinks 2 mindset thoughts ahead so that you don't go backwards. And that's you know, that's the way a lot of leaders think. Leaders think about solution often, and I think is that to do with your, you know, your music, your artistic side, or have you always been like that? Like, how do you think so positive in, you know, in times that are non-predictable, I should say?
I guess for me, because I've always been different, I guess is the gentlest way I can put that. I've actually introduced myself to people as, yeah, I'm the type of different that even those people that you would say, yeah, they're different, look at me and go, yeah, that girl's different. And so I learned very early on, living in a world that was not very tolerant of different, how to be accepting of everyone for who they were, regardless of what that looked like, because that was my only job.
Yeah.
And so as I got older, I understood life was not fair. I understood that things were going to happen. And even though they happened, what I needed to do did not change. And so I've gotten very, very good at keeping it moving. And actually 3 weeks ago tomorrow, we just laid my soulmate to rest. And so that's been a little difficult, but prior to his passing, we had several conversations about what the world would have to look like for me in case this day ever got here. And so I know that what I have to do is to continue to do what makes me happy. And the only request he made of me was to do my very best. And that was more than okay. And who didn't like it could suck an egg. So that is what I will continue to do every day.
Wow. I'm truly inspired by you. Like, you're smiling, you know, you are speaking life. And a lot of people in a, you know, in a situation where you've just, you know, as you said, buried your life partner 3.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And I mean, I commend you. I am in awe of your strength, seriously. And I think, you know, when you can have a vision for your life in the midst of a situation like this, I know that you're going to inspire. Listen, your story must be heard. Like, you're going to inspire nations and generations. I feel it in my spirit. I feel it in my bones. Like, and you have just blessed me with your story. Like, you are going to, I'm not saying now, but when, you know, when the time is right and when God really tells you, you are going to empower people. I can see you on stage sharing your story. And you know what tickled me just now was the whole not fitting in type thing. And I tell you this, I felt like a misfit my whole life. And when you said that, I was like, sheesh, there's something just hit my spine. And I think there's a lot of people that will resonate with, you know, not fitting in, feeling like a misfit, you know, being that outside person. And, you know, it's powerful. Like, I've just connected with some individuals, and I've just changed industries, and it's about health. And, you know, so while we're speaking on this subject, you know, we're seeing health become a big, big thing lately. Like, it's a big, big deal. And not just, you know, physical health, but mental health as well. And, you know, I feel like we need to talk about it more. It's something that needs to be spoken about a lot more, when it comes to emotional intelligence, when it comes to, you know, mental strength. And I just want to commend you, because the things I'm learning, you know, I don't know if you've taken any classes, but you are, you know, you are an example of some of the stuff that I'm just learning right now. And, you know, I just want to commend you. You know, who are you around? Like, do you have a lot of people pouring into you in this time? I know, you know, in times of, you know, trauma, it goes one or two ways. You either have loads of people around you, or your family start fighting. And, you know, do you have a lot of people around you right now?
Normally, physically, no. Normally it's just me and my daughter. But I'm okay with that because I'm easily overloaded sensory wise. So being around a lot of people is a little nerve-wracking for me, especially in times like this. But because of all of the people that he introduced me to in life, I have not felt alone since the day he died. Because everyone he has ever introduced me to, they have all reached out to me almost every day.
Yes.
Solely based on the relationship he built with them, based on how he spoke about me.
Amazing.
And so I've had an outpouring of love and support from every direction.
Wow. What a testimony. What a testimony. Listen, I'm inspired. I'm gonna tell you this, like, the people that I'm around, these people are multi-millionaires and billionaires, and they speak like you. And I wouldn't know the difference. I tell you, I would not know the difference, because the words that's coming out of your mouth right now, girlfriend, is a huge testimony. And my vision right now is that we can empower some people. I believe that when you are in a place where you're ready, I think that we can empower some people. I believe that you're going to be on stages. I believe that you are going to be sharing testimony. I believe that you are going to help a lot of people heal in a time like this, because the power is on the inside of you. It is on the inside of you. And I'm glad you got some people around you. I'm so glad that you're not isolated. You know, we do have some motivational mindset Zooms that, you know, I know you don't want to be around a lot of people, but I'm going to send you the link, because I think that will help you. And you can tune in, you can be a silent partner, you can just listen and really pour into your spirit. Every Monday, 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can come on this call and just pour into your spirit and be around people that's going to just love on you, girl. And, you know, like, you know, I'm just celebrating you right now. I'm celebrating you. I just want to let you know that I'm here for you. You can call me anytime. And, you know, you have a whole community behind you as well, a worldwide, global community as well. And so don't you ever forget, you know, don't ever feel like you're bothering anybody. Don't ever feel like you don't want to, you know, reach out or whatever. We're here for you, and we're super proud of you. And I know, I'm going to speak it, you're going to be one of them people on stages, and your name is going to be spoken in lights. And, you know, I'm going to pray for you, pray for your daughter as well. And, you know, the vision is clear. The vision is clear. And, you know, take it one day at a time, as you know. And we're going to do anything that we can to support your music career. Or, you know, I know you've gone back to your music, anything you can. If I can share it on my page, if I can open up my network and we get behind you, whatever you need, just let me know. And, you know, we'll provide that support for you as well, right? Because I know that when you get up from this, like really get up, yeah, it's a game changer.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that as far as impact people, because one of the main things that made me different as far as my family and friends were concerned was I was given a vision when I was 6 years old that I was going to save the world. And they told me I was crazy because I was one little Black girl, and what was I really going to do? And I had been reminded of that vision after seeing 30 years later, seeing a man speak in Fort Lauderdale. And it was the same man that I saw in the vision I had when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
And that moment, I knew I was exactly where I needed to be, exactly when I needed to be there, doing exactly what I needed to be doing. Because the one thing I never changed was who I was, the God I served, and doing what was right just because it was right, regardless of who hated me because of it.
That's
So
powerful.
when I had that conversation with my soulmate, the love of my life, the 3 years I had him, I got to walk and talk and just be with the embodiment of everything that was good. And he spent the last 3 years of his life reminding me of who I was in a time that I had forgotten, just so that I didn't forget again. And the one thing he wanted me to remember was that I had a job to do. And even if he was not here, that job did not stop. So yes, I am going to get up every day and I am going to show up because that is what he wanted and is what he always did. And we were a team and we are still a team. And we still have a whole group of people. Yes, my king may have died, but the queen is still here. And I will still show up because he showed up.
That's right. And you have a whole bunch of people behind you. We're celebrating you already. I tell you that. The vision is set, the vision is clear. And, you know, I already see it. I keep saying the white suits and red bottoms, you're one of them, girl. We're gonna be walking down the aisle. We're walking down the aisle, celebrating the moment. And it means, that moment means different things for different people. And that moment for you will mean that you've saved the world. That's your save the world moment, right? And, you know, this is serious business. We ain't playing around with it. We're not joking around with it. But also as well, you got to make sure you listen to your body, you keep pouring into your mind, and you reach out if you need to, all right? I don't want you suffering in silence, because you got to be the brave one. You got to reach out if you need it. And we're going to all make a commitment that we're going to check up on you as well. Give it up for Denisha, guys. Come on now. This is what we call real play. God bless you, D. This is what we call real play. This is real play. It's not role play. This is real play. Talk to me, guys. Someone raise their hand. Tell me now. Tell me now. Someone raise a hand. Am I selling to her? Is this sales, guys? Or is this a sisterhood? Talk to me. Someone raise your hand. Talk to me. What did you hear? What was your specifics? I see Claudette raising hers. Let me see if I can unmute your sister. Will it allow you to unmute?
Unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sis.
This is the first I think one that I've listened to, and it's been powerful tonight. And I'm blown away. Yeah, I think sorry everyone, I'm not the most eloquent speaker. I'm not, but yeah, it's not just about making money. We've got to love people as well. It's about people as well, communities. It's about, yeah, God's called all of us. He's got a calling upon all of us. And, you know, this vision is going to enable many of us to fulfill what God wants us to do. And I just want to say a big shout to Christine as well, you know, for bringing me into this vision, because I know this is, as she said, this is a God thing. And I just want to say to Sister Nisha, bless you. I understand. I don't talk much. But I know God's getting ready for me to talk as well. And so I'm really, really touched by everything tonight, to be honest, you know. So that's all I want to say.
Amazing. Amazing, Claudette. Well done for being brave and speaking up. And you were speaking eloquently well to me. You said, I don't speak well. You do speak well, sister. And we all got it. Put some C's in the chat for Claudette. We got it. We heard it. And the word was said. And I think she said it beautifully. You know, God is very strategic. We'll go Sharon, then Marsha, then Panama. Let's see if it will allow you to unmute.
I'm muted.
Hey, Sharon.
Hi. I'm so grateful that I could tune in tonight. That just blew me away. I did not expect it. Thank you both for the role play. Denicia, you are an amazing, strong woman. And this is why it's so important to hear what people have to say and the stories of individuals are so important, because you don't know whose life you're touching. We're all going through something right now. And like you said, Nikki, yes, the motivation is to make money, but more importantly, we're human, and we are, I think everyone in here is a woman and a man of God, and with God-fearing people, and it's about loving each other and loving others as well as we love God. So thank you so much. You really touched my heart. I'm, just to cut it short, I'm a single mom with 2 boys, and even though the situation is different, that was really inspiring. I've drawn strength from you. So I really appreciate that. And you're a great storyteller. You really articulate yourself so well. You know how to draw people in. And Nikki's right. If you just find when the time is right, you're going to make a major impact in so many ways. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure it was so difficult for you, but you inspired me.
Oh, wow, powerful. Thank you for that, Sharon. I totally
No, thank you both.
Thank you for sharing your, you know, your perspective as well. And I think we were all blessed by, you know, Denisha and her strength. So I totally agree with that. Marsh?
Yeah, I just want to say Denise has got my heart beating so fast. I really want to just quickly see her face while I'm talking to her. Sis, I've never seen a person so strong. 3 weeks after laying your soulmate, I have to commend you, seriously. Nikki, you are, I feel so tearful. But it's good tears, because the way Denise has just come across to us, it's like, I felt the love from that conversation. Nikki, you listened. Sometimes people, like you said, they show their agenda, and you didn't. You tuned into Denise and her. I feel the love deep down, Denise, right now, for how you were talking to us in that role play, and your strength and your courage. Seriously, there is emotional connections. Right now, I feel like my heart's going to pop out of my body the way I feel from you talking. And I'm looking forward to when we all get together in Orlando, that I can personally give you the biggest hug, because I know what it feels like to love and lose your soulmate, lose your soulmate. But also the way you're conducting yourself with your daughter, I think a lot of us mums can resonate with you. And Nikki was just there, loving on you so softly, and explained how the community is there for you. You know, I personally haven't even messaged you, but I feel now I have a duty to check on you more regularly, like literally say, yo sis, how you doing, in the English way, yeah? Nikki, thank you for even doing this actual community, sorry. Thank you for doing this. I don't think you realise the impact you're having on us. Unmute me, put me back on mute, because you're gonna hear me cry. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, guys. I felt that deeply. Oh goodness me.
Guys, when we talk about vision, if you guys heard us say, if your why don't make you cry, your vision should be connected to a bigger mission. That if your vision don't bring tears to your eyes, if your vision don't scare you, if your vision don't get you emotional, we got to look into that vision. Because some people wonder why some people go so hard. Where does Denisha get the strength from? But sometimes you don't understand that the strength comes from the pain and the inspiration of completing the vision. Don't miss out on this. Because you guys thought this was a sales call. I said vision, I never said sales. But when you are connected to your vision, everything must be in alignment. It's all in alignment. Because when you get to the point where you can tell your story, that's going to connect to people and build relationships, which will ultimately build your business. So the question is where are you holding back right now? Have you really connected to your vision? Have you really connected to your vision? Right? Big question. Panama, I see your hands raised there. Thank you, Marsh. Thank you for your transparency.
You know what? I'm sat in my room hiding away from my kids taking this call right now, I'm not gonna lie. And I just want to say, first off, Denisha, I am so honored to have heard that conversation. I feel so privileged, but also very humbled to be the recipient of such strength when you are in such a transient place right now. And Nikki, thank you so much for being the vessel. I didn't know this was going to happen tonight, but I praise God for it and I give thanks for it. Yeah, I couldn't write my 90-day plan because I didn't know what my next 90 days was going to look like. If I'm honest, I didn't. The last couple of years, I have learned that life can change in a blink. Everything could change. I went from being a wife and a mother of newborn twins and a 3-year-old to, in a night, being a single mum with nothing. With absolutely nothing. And one of the things I had to deal with was an underlying heart condition, which meant I didn't know if I was going to wake up the following day. My life had deteriorated so bad that I was convinced if what hadn't have happened at that moment, I wouldn't have survived 2 weeks. And I feel very guilty to say that I did not have the fortitude that Denisha has just shown. I didn't. And if I'm honest, I probably still don't have. I'm still very hurt. But one thing I will say is that that was one of those appointed time conversations. You were there to have that conversation with Denisha at that time. You didn't make it about what you could do for her, what she could do for you, what the money was going to be. It was about doing God's service at that point in the conversation, no matter what that looked like. And that is a blessing to be able to do. And nobody left the conversation without something. Both of you will go away better people. Both of you will go away and be able to share whatever gold you have brought to the table, which will invariably change people's perception. I know it's changed my perception just sitting here. But the amazing thing was the ability that you both had to pivot. Denisha, to pivot on the situation you had. I am in awe. I am in absolute awe of your fortitude, of your grace, of your ability to serve your child in the midst of absolute devastation. Like I can't imagine being that selfless. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't. I just wasn't. But also Nikki's ability to support her vision again where she was and say, I can see it. Essentially, Nikki didn't say anything else other than, I can see what you're saying. I can see what you see. And sometimes that's all you need to walk away with, is someone else can see what you see. I think I know we're talking about sales and sharing a vision, but the overwhelming thing here was, and I'm going to say, essentially, even if her vision had been different to yours, you wouldn't have cared. You wouldn't have cared at that point, because it's about the conversation and what needed to be said through you to this individual or to support this individual. And that's what it's about. And that was important. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm walking away from this call with a very different perception of how I can manage things myself going forward. Very, 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 very different. And I don't know if you can hear the twins in the background, but they are why I do what I do. The other one's sleeping on the bed, mummy's bed, of course.
That's your why, Panama. That's your why. And you know, you're not alone. You have a new community here now, you know, and that's the power of a vision. And again, I'm going to say this, guys, is because people think a vision equals money. Vision is impact. Now, the byproduct, maybe you may earn some coins down the line, yes, but the vision is impact. That's very, very important for us to know. The vision is impact. So we had two different conversations just now, one with Marsha, one with Denisha, and I sold both of them a vision. I sold Denisha on Denisha. I sold her on her getting up and being who it is that she's called to be. And when she's ready, she will speak stages and she will help nations and generations. And she will be the power that she said out of her mouth, save the world. That's her vision. I just repeated it back to her and spoke it into her life again. So she could hear it again, because the word says when two or more agree. So speaking it back, girl, you will be the strength that you have. You will heal nations and generations. Now, the byproduct of that, she will earn. Because when she learns to tell her story, guess what's going to happen? People are going to pay her to tell her story. And that is going to be the byproduct of the strength, the personal development, the growth, all of that. But that's not what we're focusing on now. Right now, we're focused on the core, which is to get back up and to prepare and to get yourself in a mindset. Marsha, on the other hand, is like, listen, Marsh, you're a powerful woman. You're on the other side of it. You've started to come out of it. You're building. Okay, cool. Now what we want to do is we want to monetize that. We want to help you. I want to help you to lead. I want to help you to inspire. Right now, Denisha needs to get her strength and get herself focused and keep herself moving. Marsha's in a place where she's going to lead. But both of them have been sold a vision and they both bought the vision. It wasn't monetary. It was their mind. This is where we have to make it absolutely clear. Some of you look at your success based on your bank account or based on your back office. Can you sell someone the vision of their life? Because that's where the impact comes in, when you can help someone to believe in themselves again. That's what a leader does. And that's what we are about here. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that people can connect themselves to a bigger vision, have accountability, but also as well, love themselves enough to do the work and the rebuild to be able to empower and impact. Monetary comes after. So I will reflect that. And if you're in a place where you don't see the monetary just yet, it may mean that you want to figure out your story. It may mean you want to figure out your vision communication story. Remember that? That's what we started off here, right? So it may mean that you want to work on those 5 steps. Now, the 5 steps may sound slightly different depending who you're talking to, but it all means the same thing, right? So I promised you guys before we close out, because I know we've gone way over, but I hope you found value with this. Most of us are still here, which is great, right? But I promise you I'd give you, you know, the flip side, which is of course the, you know, the vision when it comes to non-monetary. Maybe, you know, maybe it could be more emotional based. Okay, it could be family-based. So we look at the 5 steps again, real quick. Okay. So instead of why is it great to be in the industry, it's almost why is it great to be a part of what you're a part of? Why is it great to be a part of your family? Why is it great to be a part of your community, right? Because what you want to do now is you want to understand how to tell your story in a place where it's going to connect with other people that have the same situation you have. So for example, right? For example, I'm going to share mine real quick so you guys understand the difference between, you know, what we were talking about before, which was strictly, you know, quite business-minded, industry-focused, etc., right? And now more emotional, more direct, okay? So I'm speaking to somebody and we're having this real deep conversation. Oh yeah, I'm a mom, you're a mom, blah, 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 amazing. Someone says, you know, I'm a single parent. It's like, do you know what? And I know exactly how that is. Like when my baby father left me pregnant, I remember I had 1 child, 1 on the way. Baby father walked out on me, left me. I did 9 months by myself. It was the toughest part of my life. When I say to you, that season of my life, you know, I didn't even know whether I wanted to live. And I'm so grateful that I went through that, because one of the things that God really did for me is he allowed me to love myself. I went on a journey of self-love. I began to discover who it is that I am. And I began to learn that I deserve to be loved as well. And what that did for me is that got me really, you know, really investigating, really studying, you know, mental health, really studying, you know, how to have emotional intelligence. And I started to study people online. I started to look at those people that I, you know, desired to be around. And I began to be obsessed with personal development. Now, during that 9 months of my pregnancy, I was able to, you know, really get my mental strength back. I was able to get myself focused. I started a business. And on the back of that business, I now empower other women, thousands of women across the world, to do exactly the same, which is to get their mind right and to get them focused and to understand that you want to be in a position where you can make decisions, not from a place of desperation, but from a place of what you actually want. There was a time when I stayed in a relationship longer than I needed to because I didn't know if I could afford to live by myself. And so I took abuse. You know, I've suffered rape. I've suffered from physical abuse, mental abuse, financial abuse. And because of all of those experiences, I don't want my children to ever go through those things again. And so I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to empower the lives of 25,000 women, to make sure that we get together collectively, we pour into each other's mind. It's a safe space to be open, honest. It's a place where we can talk about the mind, but we can also talk about the money. I've labeled myself the money and mindset mentor because I don't believe you can just have all the mindset without the money. You can't have the money without the mindset. And so I'm on a mission to empower the lives of 25,000 women. In fact, one of the things I really want to do is I've got this vision in my mind of, you know, us, you know, 25 specific individuals that are going to create an income stream through public speaking and sharing their story and being able to transition their story into an income of over 20 to 40,000 a month. And I envision us walking down in an event to walk on stage in our white suits and our red bottom shoes. And I envision us empowering hundreds of thousands of women globally in the room as well as virtually on Zoom. And I see it now, and I'm hungry to really look for some ladies. There's so many of us already, but I want to grow the network. I want to have some women around me that can really, really be a part of this mission and vision and commit to helping another 100 ladies. If we could get, you know, 25 ladies helping 100 each, 2,500 helping 100 each, that's the goal done. And wouldn't it be amazing? Because then we know that we're doing our part to stamp against domestic violence. We're doing our part to stamp against low self-esteem. We're doing our part to stamp against all the things that I know that women are suffering from all around the world. And I just want a few to believe. If I can find a few to believe, I know that this mission, this vision of mine is going to come alive. It's going to come alive. I envision retreats. I envision us going out into communities. I envision, you know, Wealth Wednesdays and Women Wednesdays and Female Fridays and Motivation Mondays. I envision this happening all over the world, different communities being able to tap into a network where they can be empowered, loved upon, and they can really, really live out in the calling and the purpose of their life. My name is Nikki Sutherland, the Money and Mindset Mentor, and my vision is to empower the lives of 25,000 women who I know are going to empower others to empower others. I believe the movement that we have is going to make such wealthy women, but not just wealthy in finance, but wealthy mind, wealthy body, wealthy spirit, wealthy soul, wealthy tongue. Even the way we speak about ourselves and to each other will be healthy. And that's my vision, you know, and I know God gave me that vision for a reason. There's a reason why he gave me that vision, and I'm not going to stop. I live and breathe this vision. And now, is there anybody else that wants to join me? Is there anyone else that wants to be a part of this vision? Is there anyone else that believes that this is something that they could be a part of too, that wants to be able to help nations and generations? I just want a few. Guys, there's power in your vision. There's power in you speaking your vision every single day. Now, when I go online, I'm speaking it, 25,000 women. When I go in my business meetings, 25,000 women. When I see you in the future, in person, 25,000. But because you've heard this now, you connect with me. You like, okay, Nikki, 25,000. I see you at an event, 25,000. If you're in a business, you'll say 25 diamonds. You're a woman, it's 25,000. We want to impact the lives, 25,000 women. That's it. So guys, before we end this, of course, I'm going to end in some questions. I know you guys have been taking notes. We're going to end in 5 questions. Let's see who is going to be able to get these answers right. I hope you guys are all feeling good. This has been our vision call. I hope you've been able to take some amazing notes. And really, of course, your homework is going to be to write your vision. Write your vision communication story. Get used to it. Keep saying it. Go on Instagram Live and tell your vision communication story and tag me in. That is your homework for this week. Vision communication story. Go on your stories and tag me in, or drop it inside the chats or anything like that. I want to see us take over the internet with our vision communication story. So question number 1. What is vision layering? Who can tell me what vision layering is? Let's see who. I know it was quite early on in the call, and we've gone through a roller coaster of events, but who can remember what vision layering is? Someone raise their hand and let me know if you remember what vision layering is. I'll give you a clue. It's around, different levels of the vision. If anyone can, okay, Panama was straight in there. Let's see. What are you saying, girl? No, we can't hear you. Let's see if we can unmute it. There we go.
Is that where you've got the big vision and then it's divided down to the local vision and then personal responsibility?
Yes, so it's just layering it down. So you have the bigger vision and then you break it down into smaller chunks. Yes, I'll give you that. Perfect. Okay, what does EVE stand for? EVE. What does EVE stand for? Who's raised their Zoom hand? That is Michelle Ataji Haircare. What does EVE stand for?
EVE stands for engagement, vision, and execution.
Amazing. Well done. Point for you, girl. You were straight in there. That Zoom hand went up quick. Let's go. That's one for Michelle, one for Panama. All right. This is down to interpretation, but what is the purpose of a vision? Why do we need a vision? What's the purpose of a vision? Andrea was straight in there. Ange, what's the purpose of a vision?
Impact.
Yes.
To impact the life of others.
Impact. Is impact, and also to get other people to want to be a part of it as well, right? You're selling a vision. Perfect. All right. What are the 3 elements of vision? The 3 elements. Let's see who got that. The 3 elements to a vision. Who's that? Michelle. This is going to be for the lead, Michelle. Come on.
The 3 elements I've got here: create the vision, communicate the vision, and reinforce the vision.
Come on, let's go. Yes, yes, Michelle is indeed in the lead. You guys, you listen, Michelle beat you there. Next question. That was 4, right? I said 5. Whose responsibility is it to communicate the vision? Whose responsibility is it to make sure that the vision is alive, to make sure the vision gets out there? Raise your Zoom hand, anybody? Let's see, whose responsibility is it? Who's that? Okay, Ange, you were first. Andrea? Andrew's on 2 devices. I'm not quite sure.
Sorry, because I'm trying to work this out. Okay, let me unmute this. Mute this one back.
Okay, whose responsibility is it? I need the right answer. Right, Andrew's muted out, unfortunately. So we'll go to Brenda. Not quite sure what happened there, Ange.
Is it the leader?
The leader's responsibility, yes, that is true. There is a bonus answer as well. Anybody, do you want to have a guess at the bonus answer?
Is that me?
Yes, Brenda. I'll give
All
it.
right. Is it everyone that's been told about the vision? The leader has to keep on reinforcing it. But I suppose it's the responsibility of everyone. Once you're told of the vision, you're meant to be on board with it as well, and the leader is to reinforce it.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you, Brenda. That was a bonus. So you got 2 points for that, which means that today's winners is Brenda and Ataji Hair Care Michelle. Give it up for them, guys. Let's unmute everybody and let's just celebrate them neatly as the winners for this week's challenge. You guys were paying attention. Well done.
Woo! Well done, ladies. Well, ladies, congratulations.
Well done.
Go, Michelle.
Well
Go,
done,
Brenda.
well done,
Well
Well done.
Let's celebrate them one more time. Let's celebrate them one more time.
Well done.
Well done.
Congratulations. Well done.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Congratulations.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's do that one more time for the gram. Let's go, let's go.
Congratulations.
Let's go. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Well done.
Well done, Brenda.
Well done, Brenda.
Right, guys, let me mute out everybody. Until next week, I'm looking forward to seeing, listen, there's a saying that says this: if you don't execute your homework in the first 48 hours, you're unlikely to do it. So I want you to put inside your weekly operating rhythm when you are going to execute your vision communication story. It's not going to be perfect at first. Don't expect it to be perfect. The more you say it, the more it's going to be more fluent. But I want to see the progress. I want to see you guys. How about we make a commitment to share parts of our vision every single day? Tag me in, share it. Let me know that you're using the homework. And if you found this, interesting, if you found anything that you can take away with you, then please tag me in on social media. Let me know. It's really good for my algorithms as well. And also as well, share with a friend. Tell them to come next week. It's a completely free community for now. Okay, so you want to make sure that you utilize this community. Share the link. It's the same link every week. Okay, we want to empower the world. We want to connect with different people to help them to go out there and be the best version of themselves. So for those social media gangs, those of you want to take some content, go ahead and do it now, before we close out this bad boy call in 5, 4. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure, privilege to be here as usual. And yes, I did play netball today, and out of 9 shots, I actually shot 8 executed perfectly well. So your girls' accuracy is going up. We're going to keep it moving in all areas. So thank you for those of you that asked, and let's make it happen, guys. God bless you. Make this the best week yet. Do everything you can and make sure that you are part of a community that's going to pour into you, love you, encourage you to be the best version of yourself. Good night and God bless. Let's go.